Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today is a really exciting day because I'm here with Stephen from Rothar in Phibsborough, and he's going to take us through what he has done on this Orbea Rise to pimp it up. So Stephen, first of all, tell me, what have you changed with this Rise?
So I've made the suspension travel longer, front and back, and gone to coil from air. So this bike would have originally been 150 front, 140 mil travel on the rear. We're now 180 and 160 or so on the back.
Okay.
Need all the help I can get on the on the hill suspension travel. To do that, you're long shocking it. It's called. You need to use some offset bushings to get the basically so the longer shock can fit in the pretty much the same space that the previous shock came out of.
Yeah.
So that basically turns what is on paper a trail bike into an enduro bike or a hard enduro bike or whatever you fancy. So it's probably slackened out another degree and a half or so. I'd say it's about 64 now. It would have been 65 and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, just way more capable for steep gnar
Like this.
tech, this kind of crack. Yeah. This is doable. I've done this on the standard bike, but it definitely feels bigger.
On this bike before?
Yeah,
Before you changed
150, 140, yeah. But it's a little bit pingy off. You just have to run pressure so high that it's yeah.
Not as comfortable, I suppose.
Yeah, it just doesn't soak up sloppy landings as well as
But
this
nobody
beefier.
can say then the Rise isn't capable if it's
no,
something like that.
no,
in
for
the
sure.
first place.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's more playful with the stock setup.
Yes.
You know, it's probably a better balanced bike, but yeah, for what I like doing.
Yeah. It suits you.
Yeah. Like it's as capable, if not more so, than the.
Added much weight to it by doing that, do you think?
I'd say possibly a kilo.
Oh, so not much then.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. I mean, I run downhill casings as well, so that alone probably adds a kilo, compared to exo or trail casings. But better to be overtired, I think, rather than punchers. But yeah, I think it's coming in at. I weighed it. It was 17 and change, and it's probably 20 and change now kilograms.
It's still a light e-bike. Like.
It's still a couple of kilos under a full fat.
Yeah.
With similar travel.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It might be 21 and a half or something. But it's just there is more suspension and more tire. So
does it feel heavier than riding it, or
no?
You don't feel that weight?
No, in terms of how in terms of how, like, in the air, moving it around, it doesn't feel any different.
Okay.
It's probably just how quick it turns. It would obviously turn a little less quick because it's nearly as slack as a downhill bike.
Right. Yes.
So you need to maybe more purposely load the front, especially for flat corners and stuff. But
yeah, I'd imagine.
But no, I think it makes it like it brings out the potential of the bike,
Yeah.
It might be worth saying that these sort of mods could possibly invalidate somebody's warranty, for the manufacturer. Possibly, yeah. But I'm not aware of them causing any issue with any frame, so it's just a.
And battery life, then, would you have noticed any difference in the battery?
I didn't, but I can't say as I ever really. I've two of these piggyback guys, so I just keep changing batteries and charging them in hand. So I don't think I've ever clocked what my
what you're doing on
I never pay attention to mileage. It's just how many runs. Basically, it's just a personal uplift. It's not it's not for
the best
it's not for cross country trails or where you might be paying attention to what mileage you're banging out in a day. But but no, it's day and night different to the bike in standard form. I'd say.
Oh, definitely. And would the Rise have been? You're probably ridden a few e-bikes, I presume. Would the Rise have been your favourite? Or?
Definitely, yeah. So far, yeah. I mean, it is. I think it's the best of both worlds, where it's almost as. It feels almost like an analog bike, but with power.
Yeah.
And I like the full fat, if you want to call them that, the heavier e-bikes, just because I'm lazy, just for the climb, making the climbs even easier. But it is more weight to move around, so the bike will do everything this can do, but the heavier bikes just require a lot more input, and
of course,
they're a little less fun.
Yeah.
I suppose it's probably worth mentioning, some people's often when they're putting a long shock in these guys, they'd go for a mullet setup, so 27.5 on the back and keeping the 29er on the front. And then you only need one offset bushing because because if you like the smaller wheel creates a little bit of extra space between the eyes where the shock bolts in. I don't really tend to buzz my arse very much on the back wheel. So I've tried mullet with other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they're kind of in vogue at the minute, but I don't know.
It seems to be very popular.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's any racing-wise, like the World Cup guys that have dicked about between the two. I don't think there's any like real difference in time. It's just whether you.
What you prefer.
I'd say especially shorter riders would be a good idea, just in terms of a bit more clearance for steep.
Off stuff
Yeah. But if you're not catching the back wheel on really steep stuff,
you don't need to then.
I think it's better probably to have the better rollover of a 29er. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And you have. What type of fork and what type of coil then for the viewers did you put onto it?
Yeah, so RockShox Lyric Ultimate up front. 180 just because I already had it on another bike. I probably would have went 170 if I was buying it specifically for this bike, and I haven't been arsed changing the travel on it. On the back, I was going to fit a Fox DHX2, which is the more common fitment when people long shock these.
Yeah.
There wasn't much in stock, usual story of the last 2 years where just supply issues with various items. So what did I end up with? RockShox Vivid Coil. I think it's an RC2, and they come in a couple of different tunes off the shelf. You know, I think that's mid-level on the damping tune.
Right.
It fits on this. It'll fit XL. The clearance is reasonably tight. When the bike is compressed on the back end. Yeah. So just if anybody happens to be fitting that shock to this bike, I'm not sure about the smaller frame sizes. The tolerances are reasonably tight there.
Which frame size is this?
This is a large.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the bushings. I'm sure there's other places, but everybody seemed to be getting them from this crowd in the UK. I think it's just bushings.com or something.
Okay.
Yeah, they were really good. I think they were like $50 or something.
Yeah.
They're handy to fit. So the shock in standard spec is 210 by 55.
Yeah.
So obviously if 210 is the eye to eye and 55 the amount of actual travel on so that's a 216 by 63.
Right. Yeah.
The two bushings offset it by 2 mil each, so it basically means effectively the shock is 212. So she's she's 2 mil out there, but it's it's close enough that it doesn't make any great odds.
Okay, that's interesting.
But that's all you need, 216 or somewhere between 210 and 216 in terms of the length of the shock.
Yeah.
And 1 or 2 offset bushings depending on whether you're sticking with the full 29er or going mullet. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It's easy to do, and if you're looking to make it a bit beefier, it's a way to go, I would say, for sure.
It's a pretty beefy, sexy bike now, I have to say. It looks well. And I suppose the big question is, e-bikes or analog bikes, seeing as you've ridden both now?
If I could only have one, I would say E, because I'm lazy, but I do appreciate... I do like my downhill bike,
Yeah.
But the way e-bikes are going, like the weight argument is becoming less and less of an issue, and
especially when you look at this.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously depends what you get out of it. For me, it is more so I just want to get to the top as easily as possible and then come down.
Yeah, and have fun.
Yeah. So it's not really about the grinding out the long climbs or whatever. It doesn't interest me at all. So it depends what you're after, but e-bikes all the way. Yeah.
Yay, go e-bike! That's it, guys. You've seen a bit of riding here in Ballinascorney. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Stephen's going to give me a hand with answering any specific questions because he knows the bike so well. If you want to check me out riding the Rise, check the video out here. And Stephen, we'll give you the last word. Thanks so much.
Yeah, if anybody fancies a bit of trail building here at Ballinascorney, drop us a line. Volunteers welcome.
Thanks a mil, guys. See you in the next video, hopefully. Bye.
Bye.